Welcome back to Market Headlines. The Indonesia's Financial Services Authority, or OJK, launched the Indonesian Financial Services Sector Master Plan of 2021 to 2025. OJK claims that the master plan is aimed to maintain the financial services industry and increase its contributions in encouraging and restoring the national economy.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put tremendous pressure on the economy and financial sector. However, the Financial Services Authority, or OJK, claims that the stability of the financial services sector in 2020 has been well maintained. Meanwhile, OJK says that the national economy will still face various challenges in 2021, including efforts to create market demand, accelerate the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the momentum of the need for digitalization to support economic activity.
Menggunakan momentum ini untuk melakukan kebijakan-kebijakan yang untuk mengungkit pertumbuhan lebih cepat dan tentunya menjadi sektor keuangan yang handal dan berdaya saing ke depan. Sehingga ke depan ya kita harus melakukan berbagai kebijakan yang extraordinary dan kontributif terhadap pertumbuhan. Ada prioritas-prioritas OJK yang sudah kita rencanakan, yang kita tuangkan dalam Master Plan Jasa Keuangan Indonesia. Yang pertama, kami akan memprioritaskan percepatan program pemulihan ekonomi. Bagaimana kita bisa mendukung dari sektor keuangan ini. Ya. Pertama, restrukturisasi kredit ya, dengan POJK 11 kita perpanjang sampai 2022.
To answer these challenges, OJK stated that it has formulated a comprehensive policy in developing the financial services sector, which is contained in the Indonesian Financial Services Sector Master Plan 2021-2025. The master plan is expected to answer the short-term challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and structural challenges in realizing a national financial services sector that is competitive, contributive, and inclusive. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
So viewers, OJK, or Financial Services Authority, claims that the master plan is aimed to maintain the stability of financial services industry and of course with various priority policies that have been set. And therefore, before talking further about the master plan itself, let's further review the conditions of Indonesia's financial services industry throughout 2020. Here it is through your screen. Through the next graphic, we can see the review on 2020 financial industry performance. Let's see. From the banking industry, the intermediary performance during 2020, we can see it was contracted by 2.41% as of year-on-year. And moving on to the loan restructuring, it reached 971 trillion rupiah. And then move on to non-performing loan growth, that has grown by 3.06%, and of course with a capital adequacy ratio of 23%. And moving on to the non-banking industry, here it is through your screen. We can also see that commercial insurance premium was contracted as well, same as the banking industry, by contracted 7.34% as if in year-on-year. We know that COVID-19 pandemic hit Indonesia without further knowledge and early warning, so the term in financial industry is contracted as well. And multi-financing, that was minus 17% year-on-year, and also financing restructuring by 189 trillion rupiah, with the non-performing financing by 4.5%. So even though it experienced contractions due to the pandemic, OJK revealed that the stability of the financial services sector was well maintained in 2020. And this is of course supported by the number of steps taken by all parties, including OJK, which last year issued various forward-looking and counter-cyclical policies aimed to reduce market volatility and provide space for real sector to survive. and also maintain overall financial system stability. The government and Bank Indonesia have also been very helpful with the fiscal stimulus and accommodative monetary policy. OJK also claims that in the capital market industry, the volatility control policy issued by OJK since the beginning of pandemic, as well as strict measures of OJK supervisions that have increased investor confidence as reflected in the improvement in GCI. And meanwhile, OJK stated that this year, extraordinary policies would continue to be carried out, especially through a number of priorities in Indonesia's Financial Services Master Plan. So what are the priorities then? So let's check it out in the next graphic. Through your screen, we can see several priorities that set by the Financial Services Authority in the Master Plan. So here it is. We can jump into the main course. There are 5 of the Master Plan, which is National Economic Recovery Program with the stimulus policy, strengthening the resilience and competitiveness of the financial services sector, development of the financial services sector ecosystem, so OJK is building ecosystem itself, and accelerating digital transformations in the financial services sector, and the last one is strengthening OJK's internal capacity. And about this master plan, the master plan launch is aimed at facing various challenges in 2021, including efforts to create market demand, accelerate the handling of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the momentum for the need for digitalizations, and of course to support the economic activity. And in addition, structurally, the financial services industry must resolve various things, including limited competitiveness and economies of scale, shallow financial markets, including the needs for accelerated digital transformations, the suboptimal development of an Islamic financial industry, literacy imbalances, and also financial inclusions. So through this master plan priority, OJK will use this momentum to leverage the faster growth and become the reliable and competitive financial sector going forward. And as viewers, although faced with the various challenges, OJK remains optimistic regarding the growth of the financial services industry in 2021. This optimism can be seen by the target listed in the next graphic. So through your screen, we can see the financial services estimations in 2021. First of all, we can see the optimism from the bank loan growth that is predicted to be 7.5% plus minus 1%. And moving on to the bank's third party, and the funds growth will reach 11% plus minus 1% as well. We can see another optimism that is poured out by OJKs in another fundraise in the capital market that is probably estimated to be 150 and 180 trillion rupiah. And moving on to the next estimations, the multi-finance industry growth that is probably reaching 5%. And the banking credit growth target this year indeed lower than OJK last target before the pandemic, which was 13%. But however, if we look at the realizations last year, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused the growth of the national bank credit under pressure. And this resulted in a slowdown in activity in the real sector and the incomplete operations of large corporations, which has made banking intermediation's performance under pressure and contracted in 2020. Not only banking, OJK is also optimistic about the multi-finance industry. In line with OJK, Indonesian Financial Companies Association stated that the financing industry throughout 2020 experienced great pressure, where financing fell by more than 17% due to the reduced sales of cars and motorbikes by 50%. And however, in line with the optimism of the vaccinations and economic recovery, it is expected that in 2021, the finance industry will grow positively by around 5%. And not only encouraging a conventional activity, OJK also sees the need for accelerated digital transformations, which is expected to also bring positive contributions to the financial services sector and also the national economy, especially especially in the midst of pandemic like this. So what are OJK steps regarding this? Let's check it out through the next graphic. Through your screen, we can see on several steps that OJK would like to take to improve the financial services in Indonesia. First of all, we can see OJK is about to encourage digitalizations of products and business processes. And the next one is that OJK will strengthen prudential rules for fintech and peer-to-peer lending. And the next one is that OJK is supporting the growth of fintech startup. And the fourth one is that setting up a Sharia financial product ecosystem, including digitalizing the Sharia products itself. The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated digitalizations in the financial services sector, along with the shifting lifestyles, people's consumption patterns that are getting closer to the use of a technology, including the expectations of financial products and services. And therefore, OJK will encourage the financial services industry to carry out digital transformations from business processes, distribution channels to institutional structures. It is done by expanding opportunities as well for Financial Services Authority to carry out digital-based activities, and of course by implementing adequate risk management. OJK ensured the approval process for digital-based financial services products will be accelerated and integrated. And in fact, this year, OJK will also implement a fit and proper test for peer-to-peer lending company management. And yes, viewers, hopefully OJK's effort in supporting the national economic recovery will run well and deliver positive results as expected. Stay tuned with Mark and Lance because we will be right back after this quick break.